After 20 years of working on cars, I have learned something that most buyers never figure out. The most reliable vehicles are not always the most popular ones. Sometimes the best deal is the one everybody walks right past. And right now, there are 3 Japanese SUV models that mechanics love working on because they barely ever break, but almost nobody is buying them. I dug into the data, talked to other technicians, and pulled real owner experiences from forums and repair databases. And what I found, honestly, surprised even me. Number 1. Toyota Venza. Toyota built this crossover from 2009 to 2015 and then basically forgot about it. They could not figure out how to market the thing. It was too big for people shopping compact crossovers, too small for families who wanted a Highlander with the third row, and too wagon-shaped for buyers who wanted a traditional SUV look. So, the Venza just sat on dealer lots collecting dust until Toyota finally pulled the plug. That marketing failure is your opportunity to save thousands of dollars. Underneath all that confusion, the Venza is literally a Toyota Camry that grew up, same platform, same engines, same Toyota reliability baked right in. The 3.5-liter V6 under the hood is the exact same engine Toyota puts in the Camry, the Highlander, the Avalon, the Sienna, and the Lexus RX 350. I have personally seen that engine roll past 250,000 miles on nothing more than regular oil changes and basic upkeep. It is one of the most bulletproof V6 engines ever made. Now, there is a 2.7-liter 4-cylinder option available, but I think you should skip it completely. At 3,700 pounds, this crossover needs the V6 to feel right. Every owner forum I dug through said the same thing. Get the 6-cylinder and do not look back. For model years on the Venza, your sweet spot is 2014 or 2015. The 2014 Venza scores 4.76 out of 5 on owner reviews, and the 2015 was the final production year, meaning Toyota had ironed out every single kink by that point. RepairPal rates the Venza 4 out of 5 for reliability, ranking it 3rd out of 26 midsize SUV models with an average annual repair cost of just $444. That is less than a RAV4 cost to maintain. Stay away from 2009, 2010, and 2011. Though those early models had steering column rattle issues, brake problems, and a faulty airbag occupancy sensor that triggered multiple recalls. Here is where the pricing on the Venza gets ridiculous. A 2014 Venza with the V6, all-wheel drive, leather interior, and a panoramic sunroof sells for $9,000 to $12,000 right now. That same money gets you a base model RAV4 from the same year with a 4-cylinder engine and way fewer features. You are basically getting a Lexus powertrain at Corolla money, and nobody realizes it. The one thing to watch for on the V6 is a small oil line connected to the variable valve timing system. It can develop a pinhole leak and dump oil suddenly. Toyota issued a service bulletin on it, and the fix runs $500 to about $1,000. When you go look at a Venza, pop the hood and check for any oil residue around the front of the engine block. If that line has already been replaced, that is actually a great sign. Both engines use a timing chain instead of a timing belt, so you never have to worry about an expensive belt replacement at 90,000 miles. That alone saves you $800 to $1,500 compared to older Toyota models that used belts. Quick maintenance tip. Oil changes on the V6 run $65 to $85 at a shop, but if you grab a filter and 5 quarts of synthetic yourself, you are looking at about $35 in 20 minutes in your driveway. It uses the same oil filter as a Camry, and the drain plug is in the same spot, so nothing complicated at all. The Venza also tows 3,500 pounds, which handles a jet ski trailer, a small boat, or a utility trailer with no issues. And fuel economy on the V6 all-wheel drive sits at around 20 to 25 miles per gallon in mixed driving. Not class-leading, but perfectly reasonable for a vehicle with 268 horsepower under the hood. But the next vehicle on this list might surprise you even more. It carries a name that scares most budget buyers away for absolutely no good reason. Number 2. Lexus RX 350. I know what you're thinking right now. A Lexus badge on a budget list? Just hear me out for a minute because the maintenance numbers on the Lexus RX completely destroy the myth. A Lexus RX $350 per year to maintain. That is less than a Honda CR-V, less than a Subaru Outback, and it is literally half the annual maintenance cost of a BMW X5. The entire idea that owning a Lexus is expensive to maintain is one of the biggest myths in the used car market. and it's keeping the price of the RX artificially low for smart buyers. Here is the secret that Lexus owners already know. The RX 350 is mechanically a Toyota Highlander wearing a nicer suit. Same 3.5-liter V6 that I just told you about in the Venza. Oil filters, brake pads, spark plugs, all Toyota priced. Any independent shop that works on a Toyota Camry can service a Lexus RX without any special training or specialized tools. You do not need to go to a Lexus dealer for anything. I had a customer bring in a 2009 RX 350 with over 140,000 miles on the odometer. We had been doing basic maintenance on that vehicle for years. The only things we ever replaced outside of normal wear items were a set of struts and a sway bar link. That is it. The engine and transmission were running like the day it left the factory floor in Japan. For model years on the Lexus RX, 2008 and 2009 are your best options. These are the final years of the second generation, and they are the most refined with the fewest owner complaints. The 2009 won initial quality awards from J.D. Power, and owners routinely report reaching 200,000 to 300,000 miles on basic maintenance alone. One long-term owner wrote on an automotive forum that his 2009 with over 140,000 miles has only needed struts and a single sway bar link in its entire life. Now, here is an important detail. Stay away from the 2004 RX 300, and you can. That first model year had the most problems, including a nasty dashboard cracking issue where the material actually degrades in heat and develops deep cracks across the surface. It got bad enough that Lexus faced a class action lawsuit, and they offered a warranty enhancement to cover some repairs. The 2007 model is solid mechanically, but also has significant dashboard cracking complaints. On any model from 2004 to 2007, check the dashboard carefully before you hand over any money. There is also a critical cost difference between the RX 330 and the RX 350 that almost nobody talks about. The older 330 uses a timing belt that must be replaced every 90,000 miles at a cost of $800 to $1,500, including the water pump. The newer 350 uses a timing chain that never needs replacement. Over the life of the vehicle, that single difference saves you potentially $3,000 or more. That is a huge reason to stretch your budget toward the 350 if you can. Pricing is where this whole thing comes together. A 2008 RX 350 with all-wheel drive runs from $7,000. A 2009 goes for $8,000 to $13,000. You are buying a luxury Japanese SUV with Toyota underpinnings for the price of a mid-trim Nissan Rogue, and the Lexus will still be running long after that Rogue's transmission has given up. Another thing that surprises people, the RX 350 runs perfectly fine on regular 87-octane fuel. No premium gas required. That saves you another few hundred a year right there compared to a German luxury SUV that demands 91 octane or higher. If you are finding this helpful so far, hit subscribe. I cover honest maintenance tips and buying advice for Japanese vehicles every single week. Now, let me tell you about the #1 rated SUV in its entire class, which somehow flies completely under the radar. Number 3. Mazda CX5. RepairPal ranks the Mazda CX5 #1 out of 26 mid-size SUV models for reliability. Its average annual repair cost is $447. That is the lowest in the entire compact SUV segment, beating the RAV4, the CR-V, and even the Subaru Forester. Consumer Reports named Mazda the most reliable automotive brand overall in their 2002 survey. So, why does absolutely nobody recommend this vehicle when someone asks what used SUV to buy? Because Mazda is a smaller company with fewer dealerships, less advertising, and a lot less word of mouth. People just default to Toyota and Honda out of pure habit. Not because those vehicles are actually better built. I drove a first-generation CX5 back-to-back with a RAV4 of the same model year. And I will be straight with you. The Mazda drives circles around it. The steering is precise, the handling is responsive, and it is the only compact crossover that automotive journalists consistently describe as genuinely fun to drive. The first-generation Mazda CX-5 ran from 2013 to 2016. For model years, target 2015 or the 2016.5 mid-year refresh. The 2015 fixed early oil consumption reports from the 2013 and 2014 models and comes standard with the stronger 2.5-liter Skyactiv engine making horsepower. The 2016.5 refresh added better sound insulation and an updated infotainment system. Mazda forum experts call it the best first-generation CX5 you can buy. Be cautious with the 2013 model. It came standard with a 2-liter engine that only makes 155 horsepower, and being completely honest with you, it is really slow for a crossover. The early 2016 models produced before the mid-year refresh had LED daytime running light failures that cost $2,500 per pair to replace if not covered under the recall. Always verify recall completion paperwork on any 2016 model before signing anything. Now, here is something I want to be upfront about because I would want someone to tell me this before I bought one. If you live in a northern state where they salt the roads in winter, you absolutely must crawl underneath and inspect the subframe, the suspension components, and the brake lines before buying a CX5. Mazda uses thinner paint than Toyota, and the steel corrodes faster in salt belt conditions. If you see significant rust underneath, walk away and find one from a southern state. This is the one area where the CX5 falls. Short compared to a RAV4, and I would be doing you a disservice if I did not mention it. Pricing makes this an easy decision though. A 2015 CX5 in various trims runs $9,000 to $12,000. A 2016 Grand Touring with leather seats, navigation, and a Bose sound system averages around $13,400. All comfortably under value. Maintenance on the CX5 is dead simple and incredibly cheap. The Skyactiv engine uses a timing chain, so no expensive belt service ever. Oil changes with full synthetic cost $50 to $80 doing it yourself, or $70 to about $120 at a shop. Spark plugs at 75,000 miles run, $150 to $250. Brakes are the one-wear item to keep an eye on. The CX5 tends to eat pads and rotors a little faster than average, so budget $200 to $400 per axle, roughly every 30 to 50,000 miles. Fuel economy is where this vehicle really shines compared to the other two on this list. The 2.5-liter all-wheel drive gets 24 miles per gallon in the city and 30 on the highway. And real-world owners consistently report 27 to 30 miles per gallon on the highway. That is significantly better than the Venza or the RX, and it adds up to real savings over years of ownership. So, those are 3 Japanese SUV models that cost less to maintain than the most popular options, match or beat them on reliability, and save you thousands on the purchase price, just because people do not know about them. The Venza gives you a Lexus powertrain for Corolla money. The RX 350 gives you actual luxury for less than Honda maintenance costs. And the CX5 gives you the #1 reliability rating in its class for under $13,000. If you want to know which Japanese cars are worth owning and which ones to run from, check out my video on the 3 worst and the 4 best Japanese cars to own. It is right on screen now.